So I, like many, have been anticipating the return of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and Part 5 Golden Wind has arrived, and I didn't know what to expect with this part. I always go into these seasons anime original, and holy hell was I pleasantly surprised with episode 1. Right away, our new lead character here, Giorno, was just the most cool, a little bit of a skeptical bastard. Like, you're kind of thinking to yourself, okay, he seems like he sort of has good intentions, he'll buy the little kid ice cream, but he will rob money from people. He definitely is a shady person, but one you kind of want to respect. But when you learn that the character that we're going to be following is the son of Dio Brando, I don't think anyone who didn't know the source material would expect something to that nature. What a reveal, what a way to kick off this season. JoJo has always been such a fun series that even though it lasts so many parts, each part remains to be very distinct from the last. It always has a new flair, a new visual flair, which this season, once again, it kind of redid the visuals. It still feels like JoJo, but there's a new crisp and clean feeling to it. The designs are a bit different, but it remains to feel like JoJo without feeling like it was the exact same art style as Part 4. Really like how it's going to look. There will obviously be dips and inconsistencies. This is going to be a 39 episode season, so dips are to be expected, but if this is going to be the base level design that we should expect, this is going to be a gorgeous looking season. But I really like our main character. I have to say, Giorno is one of the most interesting characters for his first introduction episode that I've seen in JoJo. I like him because immediately you're seeing that he kind of strikes you as someone you want to trust, but because of that, he's going to probably also stab you in the back. Like when the women are getting basically robbed, he pickpockets the wallet right back and gives it back to the ladies. And they're walking away and you're thinking, okay, this is a nice guy. And then butterflies come out of her purse and give him money. His ability, seemingly, is that he can redirect attacks back at people. If you inflict damage on him, it's going to go right back at you, but it also appears like he can create life in some form, which seems incredibly overpowered, and I'm excited to see how overpowered the abilities in this part will be. But it's nice to see how he's functioning in this society. Like, there's obviously this hierarchy of gang violence, and he's a very disruptive force, which would be expected if he really is the son of Dio Brando. You expect that there is going to be, you know, some disruptions in the current system. And when we get introduced to Bruno, because this dude is trying to figure out who killed one of our own. Our boss is upset that someone tried to take out a man by the name of Leaky Eye Luca. And Luca, at first, I thought he was going to be a recurring character. You know, he had a pretty interesting design. He was kind of shaking things up. And just with one attack, because our guy's saying, like, don't hit the frog did nothing wrong, he doesn't even trust me, he's just doing his own thing, and as soon as he hits him, it is completely redirected back at him. Like, I'm just excited to see how this ability is going to play in actual stand fights, because that should be the most overpowered, but obviously you know he's not going to be the only one who's overpowered in this season. But I'm excited to see how that's going to play out. But when Bruno gets introduced, and he's essentially saying, hey, I can put things in your body, and he's like ripping open his body and like torturing him with the fingers and eyeballs of the one that he attacked, like, this is going to be interesting. I really hope Bruno and Giorno can come to some sort of arrangement agreement, maybe become some sort of colleagues, if not friends, because this is going to be interesting, because I'm immediately enjoying the designs, the personality, and the stand powers of both these characters, and I'd like to see them stick around, which I'm pretty sure they're going to. But having Koichi pop back up was a nice surprise. I mean, I figured we'd see some past JoJo characters, but not in episode 1 alone, and just having him be immediately robbed, and that's just something that would have to happen to him. I'm just so excited to see how this part of JoJo is going to function. It definitely has that JoJo style and charm, but there's a new coat of paint to it. There's a new feeling, and there's a new freshness. I'm really excited for this season, like, especially if we're going to have some gangs in here, how it's going to relate to Dio. Like, this season, I think, is going to be a really solid season. I mean, I don't know the manga source material, so I don't know how loved this part is or not, but if this is what we're going to get, if episode 1 is a good representation of the overall fun factor and also character factor that this season is going to deliver, I think we're going to have a fun season of JoJo, to say the least, especially because it is going to run 3 cours. Hopefully there will be no breaks, but still, this was a great first episode. Visual presentation, I think this is as good as JoJo is ever going to look. There was so much style and charm and substance and flair. The voice acting was top notch. I really liked Giorno's voice actor. I thought it was going to be one thing, and then there was just this very passive voice, but kind of someone you wanted to talk to. It just gives you that sense of like, this guy, even though he kind of sounds nice, soft, and sweet, you know he can kick your ass if you get on his bad side. And I really like how when people make him repeat himself, he gets very upset, and you're like, you don't want him to repeat a third time, because if he does, you're probably going to end up dead, like Luca. holy hell was this a fun episode. I'm just liking the characters, I'm liking the style, and I really hope this gang theme becomes relevant. Like, I hope there is a lot of gang storylines. I mean, I expect a lot of episodic stories like JoJo likes to have with its individual stand users, but Giorno, immediately, I'm sold on his character, and I think if you can sell me on your main character, I'm gonna like your season more often than not. I can't wait to see how his character is going to evolve, how it's going to tie in with Koichi and all the other old characters that we have come to know and love, and how the new characters are going to react to someone who is disrupting the system, and how he's going to get out of that train situation, because even though he has an overpowered stand, I think Bruno also has an overpowered stand. But let me know whatever you thought of this part. Manga readers, anime originals like myself, let me know whatever you're feeling, and be sure to like the video if you did enjoy, and also hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content from me in the future. But until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.